Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the historical events that happened on August 31st, which is today. Let's begin with the first one. Now, in 1876, Sultan Murad V of the Ottoman Empire was deposed after a reign of 93 days on grounds of having a mental illness. So, at the end of Murad's reign, he began to manifest a bizarre behavior that preceded his complete collapse. The government leaders called in the Viennese specialist for disorders, Dr. Max Lidesdorf, who concluded that the new sultan could make a complete recovery with 3 months treatment in a clinic. This the government leaders were unwilling to attempt. A mentally competent prince on the throne formed an essential component of their plans to implement reforms with due legitimacy. Murad's younger brother and heir to the throne, Abdul Hamid, however, appeared eminently healthy physically and mentally, and supportive of the leader's plans to introduce a parliamentary government. The next event we have happens on August 31st, 1897, when Thomas Edison was granted a patent for the kinetoscope, which is a precursor to the modern movie projector. Now, the kinetoscope is an early motion picture exhibition device. The kinetoscope was designed for films to be viewed by an individual at a time through a peephole viewer window at the top of the device. The kinetoscope was not a movie projector, but introduced the basic approach that would become the standard for all cinematic projection before the advent of video. By creating the illusion of movement by conveying a strip of perforated film bearing sequential images over a light source with a high-speed shutter. A process using roll film was first described in a patent application submitted in France and the US by French inventor Louis Le Prince. The concept was also used by US inventor Thomas Edison in 1889 and subsequently developed by his employee William Kennedy Laurie Dixon between 1889 and 1892. Dixon and his team at the Edison Lab also devised the kinetograph, an innovative motion picture camera with rapid, intermittent, or stop-and-go film movement to photograph movies for in-house experiments and eventually commercial kinetoscope presentations. Now, the next event we have happens on August 31st, 1907. Now, Russia and the United Kingdom signed the Anglo-Russian Convention, defining their respective spheres of interest in Persia, Afghanistan, and Tibet. It ended the long-standing rivalry in Central Asia and enabled the two countries to outflank the Germans, who were threatening to connect Berlin to Baghdad with a new railroad that could potentially align the Ottoman Empire with Imperial Germany. Now, the next event happens in World War II, when a detachment of Chetniks captured the town of Loznica in German-occupied Serbia. Now, the Battle of Loznica involved an attack on the German garrison of that town by the Jadar Chetnik detachment on August 31st, 1941. Following the World War II German-led Axis invasion of Yugoslavia in April 1984, the Kingdom of Yugoslavia was partitioned. At the time, Loznica was part of the German-occupied territory of Serbia, which included Serbia proper with the addition of the northern part of Kosovo and the Banat. Now, the final event we have today happened in 1998, when North Korea claimed to have successfully launched its first satellite, Kwangmyong-song 1, although no objects were ever tracked in orbit from the launch. The Kwangmyong-song was a satellite allegedly launched by North Korea on 31st of August 1998, while the North Korean government claims that the launch was successful. No objects were ever tracked in orbit from the launch, and outside North Korea, it is considered to have been a failure. It was the first satellite to be launched as part of the Gyeongmyeong-song program, and the first satellite that North Korea attempted to launch. So everyone, this has been it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed making this, and yeah, if you want to see more of this series, please comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, see you next time.